Warning. Tomb of Annihilation, spoilers ahead. We left off with Xaeli the Ranger, Nala the Druid, and Torrin the Paladin standing in a cavern overlooking a young red dragon sleeping area and treasure hoard. Xaeli's loud query causes the dragon to stir. Tinder slowly rises from her treasure hoard and yawns before settling back down. Whew, that was really close, as in Xaeli barely passed her stealth check. Before we continue, please subscribe to my channel, it helps me out a lot. Well, that was close.
Now what?
Well, we're going to assume the fire-colored dragon isn't hurt by fire, so don't do any dumb fire. How does one prepare to fight a dragon? Well, for starters, there's a lot of hoping things will go well. When that fails, just prepare a lot of healing so you can prolong your inevitable death. Or, in Xaeli's case, she casts lightning arrow on herself, knocks an arrow, and lets fly. The arrow collides with Tinder's body in a cascade of electrical energy. Xaeli loses her second arrow and it snaps off one of Tinder's claws, much to Tinder's great fury.
You horrible little beasts! I just finished sharpening that claw! It speaks common?
I guess? While this is going on, Barakas the rogue is hiding across the cavern, completely away from the fight. He walks down a dark passage to a dead end. Looking around, he notices many eyes watching him from a hole 20 feet up. Barakas is not alone. Torrin shoots arcing energy at Tinder and then throws himself down the 20-foot ledge to meet her in melee combat.
Fools! I'll turn you to ash and scatter you to the winds!
Tinder takes a huge breath in and unleashes a torrent of flame, enveloping Torrin in it. Torrin is badly burned, and Tinder is looking to rake the flesh from his bones. Guys, a little help?
You just had to throw yourself at the dragon, didn't you?
Barakas whips out an arrow and shoots at a cave chicken. He connects, and the dead kobold crashes to the ground. The rest of the kobolds start shrieking as they climb down from the hole, ready to avenge their fallen friend. They clearly have the numbers advantage against this lone adventurer.
Quiet the shrieking, or you'll be next.
Barakas stuffs the dead kobold in his mouth, puts his back to a wall, draws both rapiers, and starts fighting. The kobolds have him backed up against the wall, and their bodies block the passage out of the dead end. It is a hilarious bloodbath. Barakas gets stabbed and pummeled with rocks, but then kills a couple kobolds and starts putting the freshly dead ones in his mouth, spitting out the older cadavers. If there's a more Barakas moment than this, I've struggled to find one. Guys, a little help?
You just had to throw yourself at the dragon, didn't you?
Barakas' friends are calling. Cave chickens, out of Barakas' way.
Salida and Zandala have completely noped out of the action and are creeping towards the exit tunnel.
Torrin, if you don't get out of the way, these lightning arrows are going to hurt.
Just do it!
Well, if you insist.
Torrin is fervently trying to heal himself as Tinder tears into him with fang and claw, and Xaeli's lightning arrows singe his scales. Nala throws a tornado on top of the treasure hoard, which pulls Tinder off Torrin long enough for Xaeli to deal a lot of damage. I can't take much more of this. She looks pretty wounded, just hang on there a little longer.
Foolish mortals! I will return, and when I do, you will regret that day.
Tinder heaves herself out of the treasure hoard vortex and flies through the cavern, preparing to escape through the mine shaft.
We'll see about that.
Nala and Xaeli take a shortcut back through the room where Tinder arrived and get ready. As the red dragon tries to escape, Nala throws down yet another vortex, and Tinder is barely not able to break free. Do it. The cavern shakes as Tinder's limp body hits the ground, her blood slowly trickling onto the floor. As part of the cavern quiets, Nala, Torrin, and Xaeli can hear Barakas screaming at kobolds, who are also screaming at him.
Ah, stupid cave chickens, get out of Barakas' way.
Kiss it! Kiss it! We should leave Barakas to figure out his own mess.
You can. Hang in there, buddy! With all the kobolds dead, the players decide to skin Tinder in the off chance that her scales can be made into dragon scale armor with fire resistance. The party splits Tinder's horde 4 ways, excluding Salida and Zandala. Why? You don't help with the fight, you don't get a share of the treasure. Now that that's done, I want to try Windwalk.
What's that?
We can fly pretty fast and are resistant to non-magical damage.
Great, what's the catch?
You can't attack and spend a minute incapacitated getting out of Windwalk form. Windwalk is an utterly ridiculous spell. Your speed upgrades to 300 feet per round, and you can remain in this form for 8 hours. Obviously it's intended for traveling, but gee whiz, if my math is right, you travel at 50 feet per second for 8 hours, which is 180,000 feet per hour, and 1,440,000 feet over 8 hours. That's a total travel distance of 272 miles, or 453 kilometers rounded down. In terms of the hex crawl over the Chilton jungle, you can travel 27 hexes in a day. The party, including Xandal and Selita, assumes their mist forms and heads back to Harakamar. Instead of hailing the party as heroes for liberating the mine, the dwarves are hesitant to provide any reward. That is, until Xaeli lets slip that she has a bunch of dwarf beamers. After a very tense exchange, the players get an additional 20 adamantine bars each. Xaeli hands over the dwarf beamers, and the players set up camp to rest just long enough for Nala to get her windwalk ready again. Next stop, Omu. The players fly over Omu in their windwalk forms and hear a terrible screeching. Stone gargoyles have launched themselves off the cliff face and are giving chase. How cute. The party easily outpaces the elementals and land near the South Omu gatehouse before reverting back to their normal form. What dangers lie ahead in the Forbidden City? Is it as simple as finding the soulmonger and putting a stop to this anti-resurrection madness? As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. I'll see you all next time.